Hello everyone, my name is Infinity and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course the law of attraction. This is going to be a twin flame energy update, a collective reading, just feeling into the energy of twin flames in this moment, what could be reflecting collectively, and then as a result what you may be experiencing individually with your twin flame. The way that these readings work is because we are all so connected to one another. We are one giant web of human consciousness. So we experience energetic trends from day to day that we all feel in certain ways. This is especially true for those of us who are twin flames. We tend to collectively feel certain shifts or changes within our connection. So I'm just going to open myself up to the divine, to spirit, and any messages that may come through. Please note that I try to share as many specific messages that come through as possible. And I know that many of these do resonate with specific people, but at other times, because I am being so specific, there will be messages that come through that aren't meant for you or that don't resonate specifically for you. And know that that is perfectly okay, and you can simply take whatever resonates and leave everything else as always. I also want to share with you that in addition to creating these podcasts, I am a subliminals creator. On my website, Sound and Soulful, I have created a library of over 100 subliminals for all areas of life. And for those of you who don't know or aren't aware, subliminals are powerful meditation tracks. The ones I create contain carefully selected and crafted binaural beat frequencies that I make organically myself, as well as meditation sounds and other kinds of soothing tones and frequencies that are all bundled together or crafted together to create this kind of energy shifting effect. And the most powerful component of these subliminals are the affirmations embedded within them. So for each of my subliminals, I create affirmations designed to help you shift the energy of your life or manifest specific things into your life. And then I embed these affirmations within these other meditation sounds and frequencies. And the purpose of this is so that they will be masked to your conscious mind, meaning while you listen to them, your conscious mind will only hear the meditation sounds, but your subconscious mind will be deeply impressed, altered, and shifted by these unconscious messages. This is because the conscious mind is the gatekeeper to the mind. So in order to truly make deep level energy changes, we must address the subconscious, which is actually the 95% of the brain. The subconscious is very difficult to reach through traditional means like visualization, meditation, and spoken affirmations, because all of these things are directed at that conscious gatekeeper of the mind and not the subconscious majority of the mind. This is why I'm so passionate about subliminals, because they are a powerful tool we can use to directly access and reprogram our own subconscious thoughts, and in doing this, to experience radical shifts and changes in our lives. As you can see on the screen, I've created subliminals for all areas of life, for physical body changes, for mood shifts like confidence and happiness, for manifesting money or other specific material goals. But for twin flames specifically, I've created an entire section of subliminals dedicated entirely to you. I would most highly recommend my 7-chakra twin flame clearing subliminal, which is designed to uproot and completely clear away any negative blockages that could be preventing the natural magnetism between you and your twin flame. So to learn more about this 7 chakra clearing subliminal, check the pinned comment or the description box under this video. And I'm sharing all of this just because throughout my readings, I also like to recommend specific subliminals to those of you who are already members on my site, so you can not only learn this energetic information, but also have the tools at your fingertips to apply it, to begin absorbing and changing, shifting this energy in the ways you desire. So with all of that being said, let's go ahead and get started with this reading. The first thing I'm going to do is pull some cards from my Energy Oracle Cards deck. Spirit, what do we need to know at this time as twin flames collectively about the energy in this moment? What does the person listening to this video right now need to know about their situation with their twin flame? Okay. I'm going to start by pulling 3 cards just to kind of ease us into what's going on in the collective. Okay, the first card I pulled was Broken Heart, and I just felt this wave of goosebumps. I intuitively feel instantly that some of you have had a lot of pain in your past, and oddly, I'm actually feeling this for many of you, not just in regards to love and romance, but actually in your life. I heard awakening, so I feel many of you have gone through a spiritual awakening, and I just heard faster than I could handle. I feel that many of you went through this awakening and experienced this radical life upheaval at a rate that felt faster than you could handle. And what I feel you need to know, if you're already connecting with this, is that this is your ego telling you you can't handle it. On a soul level, you have an awareness that you are never given any kind of growth, evolution, or spiritual change that you aren't capable of handling. But I had a feeling that some of you are experiencing these radical changes but having trouble assimilating them, meaning that the energy is shifting very, very fast. The energy of your life is shifting very, very fast. And it almost, I just heard someone's heart beating really fast, like you can't keep up with the energy that is coming through you. And actually that reminded me of something I want to share, which is if any of you have experienced strange heart sensations like heart palpitations or a literal racing heart. So this is something I've experienced a lot, even in my childhood, and I would go to the doctor and they would never know what it was. And I feel that many of you also have this experience where you've gone to try to explore these strange heart symptoms and you weren't sure of the cause. And someone listening needs to know that the reason for this is because you are experiencing a heart chakra awakening, which all twin flames do experience at one point or another, but I feel that some of you are experiencing this very intensely lately. I just heard that someone is having the experience of their heart skipping beats or racing really fast while they're trying to sleep. Or maybe for some of you, this isn't your heart as much as your thoughts. So again, this could be either a physical heart racing sensation or a mind racing. Your thoughts are racing and you feel as though things are moving too quickly. This, by the way, can be a sign that the energy of your life is shifting so fast that then your heart, you are trying to process all of this influx of energy, and you are feeling this predominantly through the heart center because you are a twin flame. And remember that twin flames are connected through the heart. You are connected through the heart chakra to your twin flame. So this means that many people believe telepathy occurs in the brain, in the physical mind. But the truth is that for twin flames, telepathy actually occurs through the heart center, through the heart chakra. And so oftentimes, if you're receiving something from your twin flame, some kind of heart message, then sometimes if you're receiving a lot of this energy, this emotional energy from them, let's say if your twin flame is thinking about you a lot or feeling about you a lot, you will actually process this form of energetic telepathy, not through your mind, but through your heart center, through your heart chakra. So this may manifest as mental anxiety, as racing thoughts, but this can also manifest as very literal physical heart sensations. So oddly enough, guys, I only pulled 3 cards for you, and I just looked at this card, but the second card I had pulled for you is actually the 4th chakra, which is the heart chakra, which is so synchronistic since we literally just pulled this broken heart card and discussed this heart chakra activation. So I'm very, very strongly feeling that for many of you, this heart chakra activation began, I'm hearing for some of you, a long time ago, even when you were very young. But remember that this happens in waves. We never stop feeling this energy through our heart center from our twin flame. And because of this, we sometimes experience these waves more intensely than other times. I just heard for some of you that this broken heart wasn't necessarily how we traditionally think of heartbreak, but that some of you feel as though your heart is just breaking wide open, that you are highly emotional right now, more so than usual. And I feel guided to tell you that because I feel some of you, I just saw someone with their knees pulled up to their chest, sitting on the floor, maybe by a window, maybe with their head in their hands, or just crying, just feeling these waves of intense heart emotion running through them. And then I heard someone saying, "What's wrong with me? What is wrong with me?" And I feel that someone listening to this is experiencing a huge amount of intense emotion through the heart center. And I feel as though you're someone who has actually experienced this heart center awakening, these heart chakra feelings for a long time, but it just feels much more intense than usual. And I heard that for some of you, it's even impairing your day-to-day functioning. You don't even feel like you can function. I heard at a job, like some of you feel as though you keep wanting to cry when you're at work or trying to focus or be productive, and you keep trying to force yourself into this mode of productivity while you're feeling this heart center sensation, while you're feeling all of this emotion, and you just feel too overly emotional. And what you need to know is you aren't too emotional. Yes, you are an energetically aware being. You are very sensitive. You have the gift of sensitivity. Many of you listening are likely empaths. However, the reason you are experiencing this very intense emotion at this time is because you are actually, I got this wave of goosebumps. You on a soul level intended that now is going to be the time that you are finally ready to heal these very deep level traumas, ancient traumas, even family wounds, even generational wounds. And sometimes this can be confusing, because you may feel as though your life has actually kind of hit a point where things either seemed peaceful or stagnant, or these feelings of deep emotion had no obvious trigger in your life. You didn't just experience something very traumatic and then feel the emotion. It feels as though you're processing this wave of emotion, but it doesn't have an obvious trigger. And for those of you feeling this way, it's because you are processing. Your soul has actually decided that because now has been a time of a little bit of peace, a little bit of a standstill, a little bit of an eye of a hurricane kind of time, your soul has actually decided that because of that stable or stagnant kind of time, that this is time for you to do that deep level healing that you've been, I don't want to say putting off, but you've been unable to do in the past. It hasn't been right. The time hasn't been right. So this may feel random or spontaneous to you, but it's actually very divinely intended, and you need to know that. So I'm already feeling that for those of you who are members on my Subliminal site, you are really being guided to focus on clearing the heart chakra specifically. So I know that I already recommended my 7 chakra clearing Subliminal, but for you, if you're resonating with this reading and you are a member on my website, I would recommend listening to that track, that 7 chakra clearing, which is about 11 minutes long, once in the morning when you first wake up, and then right after that, listening to this heart chakra activation I've created for twin flames. Because specifically, it's not that It's not that you are particularly blocked in the heart center. It's that you are processing a lot of emotion right now through the heart center. And a lot of this pain I'm actually hearing, if it feels random to you, it's because a lot of it is actually coming from your twin flame. And as you know, if you've been listening to twin flame material for a while, twin flames process each other's pain for the purpose of accelerated healing. So some of the trauma and emotions you are processing, the reason they feel random to you is they're actually not coming from you individually at all. They are being processed from your twin flame. So in order to assist you in processing this, if you feel guided, I would check out my heart chakra activation for twin flames, which I will leave in the description box and the pinned comment. Just so you know, any subliminals I do mention, for those of you who are members, I will leave in the pinned comment and the description box of this video. I'm also feeling guided to actually read a little bit about this fourth chakra and what this specifically might mean for you. I feel that there's a message here for you. Love, compassion, and self-acceptance. Okay, already in that word self-acceptance, I feel that what you need to accept at this time is that healing moves in waves. That sometimes everything around you can appear stagnant and even peaceful, and you can feel very intense, dark, negative emotions. And this isn't necessarily a negative sign. This is an indication that you are finally healing. And not only that, but oftentimes that you are also taking on and transmuting the pain of your twin flame, that you are healing each of you combined, because again, you are energetically exchanging information with one another all the time. So I'm feeling many of you need to know not to judge the emotions that are coming up, not to judge these intense feelings as negative or wrong, or to look at yourself as, I heard messed up, that some of you feel messed up because you are feeling so emotional at this time. But you need to know that there is nothing wrong with you. We are often taught in society, especially those of us who are very energetically sensitive, that feelings tend to get in the way of productivity, that we need to ignore how we feel, ignore our feelings. And you are actually unlearning all of that programming. You are learning that your sensitivity is your greatest gift, and that through this sensitivity is also your greatest portal to your own healing, to healing your twin flame connection, and your greatest gift not just to yourself and to your twin flame, but to the world collectively. Through this processing of emotion through the heart center, through this healing and balancing in your twin flame connection, you are actually uplifting the whole of humanity. So you are being asked to remember the highest, or I should say higher purpose in all of this healing, and to understand your very, very vital role in this collective healing. So I want to read a little more about this, because also on this card, the Archangel Raphael is associated with this card and with the heart chakra, the fourth chakra. Raphael extends a beautiful green energy surrounded by gentle waves of pink to your heart center. This card upright indicates that you now have a greater readiness to receive love from others as well as from yourself. It could also indicate that a much needed healing from a previous broken heart is taking place. That is so interesting, the fact it literally said from a previous broken heart, and what we just pulled was heartbreak. I feel that although for some of you this may apply to healing from a past wound in a connection romantically, I actually feel that for most of you, or for many of you, this isn't directly related to love and romance, but to childhood healing, to healing deep wounds, to healing what we call generational traumas, which are really just negative subconscious beliefs and thoughts passed on from one generation to the next, until one person, you, decide to transcend these wounds, to heal them. And know that by doing this, I just got a wave of goosebumps, because you are healing every generation that comes after you. I feel that some of you listening are either pregnant, or you have had a child recently, or you have had visions of a future child that you're going to have, and you felt love for this future child despite maybe not even being in a relationship right now, or maybe you are. Whatever your relationship status, you've had a sense of this next generation that you are going to bring forth into this world. And for those of you this is connecting with, know that these kinds of glimpses are meaning to give you a window of insight into why you are doing this healing, or part of why. Because part of why you are healing is not just to heal yourself and to collectively heal humanity, but also to provide a new pattern, a new framework of healing for every generation that comes after you. This is, I just heard thousands of years. You have to understand thousands of years of trauma, pain, passed from one generation within a soul family to the next, has been leading up to this very moment. And I heard some of you feeling skeptical, as though you couldn't be the product of generations and generations of patterns and healing and trauma and pain and stored pain that literally gets stored in the DNA. But everything, those thousands of years, have been leading up to you now healing this in a powerful way within your soul family. So I'm hearing you to be guided, to be easy on yourself, to be accepting yourself as you process all of this, because you aren't just processing what you are feeling, what you've experienced in this single lifetime, but what your entire soul family has been passing on from one generation to the next. And of course, all of the trauma that your twin flame specifically is passing to you through the heart chakra, that you are also assisting them in transcending. Okay, so the third card I pulled for you is one of the most beautiful cards in this deck, and it is the Sun card. So I already feel that this is indicating hope. This is meant to indicate to you a bright future and meant to provide you with a sense of a vision for this future, to keep you grounded throughout this heart healing process, throughout this process of transcending and transmuting so much pain and doing so much inner healing work. But I'm not getting much more of a read so far on this card, so I am going to actually read some of the messages for you. New beginnings and great creativity. Okay, so just from that, I already need to say, I feel some of you have had this feeling that you're on the brink of something, and it's kind of driving you crazy because your life may feel stagnant or maybe peaceful, maybe not stagnant in a negative way, but for some of you it is negative. You feel stuck. You either feel peaceful in this stagnant energy or you feel kind of stuck or entrenched in it. But what you're being told is that you have this feeling like you're on the brink of something, and yet you look around and things don't appear to be changing. And the reason you feel this way is actually because there is a new beginning on your horizon. You aren't going crazy for feeling this way. You are energetically sensitive, so you are actually capable of reading into the so-called Akashic records, where past, present, and future all exist simultaneously. And by doing this, you are actually sensing the new beginning that is coming, the new beginning that is on the horizon for you. This isn't over-optimism. This isn't delusion. You are tuning into your own energetic sensitivity and sensing what is to come. So I'm going to just read a little bit here. The sun brings blessings to the earth. Okay, sorry, I have to stop reading because I feel many of you are light workers, that you transcend darkness by transmuting that darkness into light. And I said this in a prior video, but you need to know, if you are a light worker or you're drawn to that word light worker, know that this doesn't mean that you've had all happy, positive experiences. You actually had to experience deep levels of pain, heartbreak, and trauma in this lifetime in order to get a sort of crash course on how to transmute darkness, beginning with your own inner darkness, your own inner demons, how to transform that darkness into light. And you are learning that process. And I heard many of you asking why. Why did I have to go through this trauma, this pain, this darkness? And this is your answer. The reason is because in going through this darkness, these dark times, you were learning how to change the dark into the light, learning how to pluck a thorn and to plant a rose in its place. And this truly is an art. The art of light working truly is the art of transmuting dark into light, which begins with your own inner healing, and you are doing the work. But I'm also hearing a very specific message for some of you. which is you're being told you need to get out into the sun more. Because I feel that many of you are feeling kind of trapped or stuck in this dark energy. And part of this has a physical component. Some of you really need to get out into nature, to get out and absorb vitamin D, to get out into the sunlight. Because although this may seem like a strange specific message, this may just be for one person, but in getting out into the sunlight, into nature, remember that nature carries a perfect frequency and your body is like an instrument. So we can tune ourselves back to the energy of our natural state in many ways. One, of course, being through binaural beat frequencies, which is why I include these frequencies in the subliminals I create. But another powerful way to retune ourselves is by getting out into nature, by immersing ourselves in nature's perfect frequency. But I'm specifically hearing that sunlight is very important for you, or even I feel some of you may have an opportunity to be near greater sunlight in the future, either some kind of a move. Maybe you're considering moving where it's sunnier more of the year, or where you will get more sunlight, or where you will simply be more closer to nature. This is very specific and may only apply to one of you, but I'm getting the sign that yes, this will be very, very good for your soul's healing and evolution in a very tangible, visceral way. But I want to read a little more about this card. This card portends blessings in your own life as well. Just as the sun nurtures the earth, bringing new life in the spring and summer, this is your time for a new beginning, the onset of a nurturing new light in your life, the light of divine inspiration and personal growth. Okay, so a strange message just came through as I was reading that, which is that some of you feel as though you are at a decision point. I saw someone who is at a crossroads and you have to decide on a certain path, and this is causing you a lot of anxiety because you feel as though one path is going to lead to abundance, to healing, to growth, and the other path is going to lead to not growing, not having abundance, away from your dream life. And this is causing you a lot of fear and anxiety because your ego is saying, I have to make the right choice. I have to make the right choice. But for those of you who this is resonating with, I'm actually hearing that the only choice you need to make is the choice to commit to reaching your highest purpose and potential, commit to your own healing, growth, and inner evolution, and that this doesn't always have to be an external right choice. This is an inner affirmation to yourself. I am always going to choose my highest good. I am always going to choose to love and accept myself. I am always going to choose my own healing. And I actually saw that in this decision, the actual external path you take doesn't matter. What matters is that internal decision, that decision to commit to your own growth, healing, and evolution. And that actually you are stressing over this decision, but I'm seeing that these two paths, or maybe it's more than two, these paths you are deciding between, all actually lead to your highest growth, your highest healing, your abundance, and your twin flame connection. It leads to connection. It's no choice you make in this situation is actually wrong, as long as you make this choice, you are making that powerful inner choice to commit to your own healing, growth, and evolution. So I hear that for those of you who are connecting to this as a twin flame, this could be that you are afraid that whatever choice you make is somehow either going to block your twin flame connection or lead to a deepening of this connection. And your twin flame wants you to know that it is safe to make this choice from your heart space, from your intuition, wherever you feel guided, and that there is no wrong choice. You can release this stress and anxiety over making this choice because your twin flame is always going. I just saw someone on the other end of whatever path you take, your twin flame embracing you. And again, though, it is very important that you do make that internal choice. And I actually feel that some of you have been having some kind of external choice, but you've been unaware that the true way in which you've actually been indecisive is internally. I feel that some of you have felt this internal indecision without realizing it. You felt this lack of commitment to your twin flame connection or to your own inner self-acceptance or love or healing. Maybe externally it feels as though you've already made the decisions you need to make, but internally you've been in this space of uncertainty. And this doesn't have to be over something big. I feel that for some of you, this could be as simple as you haven't fully chosen to love yourself, fully chosen to commit to accepting yourself, embracing yourself completely, feeling the light of your own love, giving yourself that warmth, that comfort, that creative space that you need, whatever it may be. And I feel that you are being guided to make whatever, and I feel that you listening to this, you're going to know what I'm talking about, what decision I'm talking about, if this resonates with you, if this part of the message is for you. You're going to know the way in which you've been indecisive on the inside, internally, about something related to your own self-growth, self-love, your connection, your higher purpose. And you're just simply being asked to affirm within, to make that decision within, and then to know that then whatever path you take externally in life or with whatever other decision, you will always end up in the embrace of your twin flame. It is inevitable. This connection is so magnetic that it couldn't be otherwise. As long as you are committing to your own inner healing, growth, and evolution, any path you take will always lead you to your twin flame. Wow, that message came through very strong and gave me goosebumps there for a second. So now I have this brand new deck I'm really excited about. It is the Lover's Oracle deck to just bring us some love messages. These could be from your higher self, could be from your guides, or could be from your twin flame counterpart specifically. Okay. So the first message I pulled for you is, life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow. You will be surprised where it leads. I feel that this is absolutely perfect, because the shifting cycles referred to here, I feel, are connecting with what we said earlier, with these waves of intense emotion and healing that are happening through the heart center. Know that these cycles are natural, not just in life, but in healing. It is natural to feel healing more intense at certain times than at others. This is all by divine intention. Even if it feels chaotic and confusing, know that you are on the right path. And I'm hearing through this resisting change that this really comes back with this stress over whatever path you're taking, whatever external decision you're making. And you're being asked to simply commit first inside on an internal level to your own inner healing and growth, and then to go with the flow of that intuition. Truly allow your intuition to be the compass of your life, the guiding force of your life. And don't be afraid to go wherever it follows you. I'm hearing, even if it doesn't make sense, if your intuition is guiding you right now in a direction that you feel as though may take you away from your twin flame, know that that is your ego speaking. Your intuition always has your soul's highest evolution in mind, including the evolution as it connects with your twin flame connection, reunion, and harmonious union. So know that when you choose yourself, your twin flame chooses you. That is just the nature of this twin flame connection. When you choose to follow your own intuition, everything will come perfectly into place in regards to your twin flame. You cannot outgrow them, and you cannot make the wrong decision that will lead you away from them, as long as you are following your own heart, your own intuition, because your heart is inevitably intertwined with theirs, and you will always end up in one another's embrace, metaphorically and physically speaking. So go with the flow, as this message says. You will be surprised where it leads. And this element of surprise, I feel, connects with that Sun card that I pulled, because I feel that when I pulled that card of new beginnings, of an exciting future, many of you immediately felt skeptical, felt as though maybe it was too good to be true. Maybe it surprised you to hear that you're on the right path, because you are experiencing so much emotion so intensely right now, and your life may feel so stagnant, stuck plus emotionally chaotic that you feel as though you couldn't possibly be on the right path. But know that you are on the right path. And if you continue to follow this flow, move with these cycles of healing, with these waves of emotion, allow them to process through you, and all the while make the decision to love and accept yourself through the process, and then continuously and adamantly follow your own soul's intuition wherever it leads, and you will be surprised by how magnificent your life will begin to become. I feel this is a very, very energetically solid place to close this reading. So I just want to close by saying that as a reminder to those of you who are members on my Subliminal site, or those of you who are interested in signing up and beginning to use these subliminals as tools to apply the messages I share through these readings, all of the information about how to sign up and to begin accessing these subliminals is in the description box. And I also have included links to the heart chakra activation subliminal and the 7 chakra clearing subliminal that I mentioned specifically in this reading. And those links will also be in the pinned comment and the description box. I just want to end by giving a huge show of gratitude, a huge thank you from the very bottom of my heart and soul to all of you who have supported me energetically in creating these readings, who share your beautiful comments with me, who share when these messages resonate with you, and to encourage me to continue doing this work. I see and feel and sense each and every one of you, and I am so grateful for the beautiful soul tribe we are building here together on YouTube. If I did resonate with you, please subscribe to this channel, join our community of like-minded, conscious, creative beings here on YouTube. You can also follow me on Instagram at Magnetize Yourself. Have a wonderful, blessed rest of your day, and I will talk to you again in the next reading.